and welcome. I'm Dawn Bowerman with Blue Chip Marketing of Rochester, and I am here today with Dr. Ramona Stein of Sounds for Life. Welcome.
Hi.
Are you getting ready for the Christmas holiday?
Yes, but with this weather, it's been so nice. It's kind of hard to get in the mood for it.
Yeah, it looks like we both kind of were in the mood today. We didn't plan this. We both came in and saw that we were kind of the same color. So that kind of gets us a little bit in the spirit, but with no snow out there, I agree. It's a little hard to start Christmas shopping. And I have a daughter who skis, so every morning she runs to the window and is very disappointed.
Yes.
Last year, actually, we had about 24 inches that fell by this time because it started a little bit before Thanksgiving. So, and Christmas is just around the corner. I think it's 3 weeks away now. Yeah, so hard to believe. But thank you again and welcome. Welcome to all you out there. What I just really want to do to start is we had a lot of information that we provided to you last week of a hearing aid called the Halo. And I'm just going to ask Dr. Stein to kind of recap that for us because we're going to be covering over the next few weeks a lot of information, and I think it's important that some of the differences are really clear.
Sure. So the Halo is the made for iPhone hearing aid. It's also compatible with, to some degree, with smartphones in general, and it's wonderful because cell phones are such an integral part of everyone's life these days that it's nice that a person who wears hearing aids is able to use their phone to change programs. They can use it as a remote so that they can raise the volume, lower the volume. They can use the
features for the restaurants and things like that, what we talked about.
Right. So if they go to a restaurant and they find that the hearing aids aren't quite compensating enough, they can make adjustments and then they can geotag the location so that the next time they're in that restaurant, the hearing aids automatically go to those settings that they've already saved. And you can also use your phone to find your hearing aids in case you've lost them. You can stream phone calls and any kind of media that you would use through your phone directly through your hearing aids. So the people that I fit with them are just really happy with them. The flexibility and the ability to just manage their hearing loss.
So you can use it to find your hearing aids on your phone, but can you use your hearing aids to find your phone? That's what I need.
No, you can't. It doesn't work that way. So
that's too bad because I'd have to get that for those. I lose that thing all the time. One time I lost it. It was on my hip. How about that? I said, "Where's that phone?" There it is on my hip. So, well, thank you because it's important again that you understand the various differences. Now, before we talk about the next hearing aid, we're going to talk a little bit about a condition known as tinnitus or tinnitus, as you had said. So if you can give us just a little bit about what that actually is.
Sure, and either pronunciation is correct. So I just happen to say tinnitus. So tinnitus is caused by a number of different things. It can be caused by noise exposure, by taking certain medications, by head injury, a number of things. And there are things that can make tinnitus worse for people. Things like stress, fatigue, caffeine, alcohol, nicotine. These are all things that can make the tinnitus that you already have, seem more severe. So the reason that I wanted to talk about tinnitus is because the majority of people who have tinnitus also have hearing loss.
Oh.
And most of those people, if they do seek treatment for their hearing loss in the way of hearing aids, they do notice some relief because the hearing aids bring in ambient noise. In addition to helping to compensate for the hearing loss, they bring in ambient noise that kind of masks the tinnitus that the person has. And like I said, a lot of people find help just from the hearing aids, but some people still notice the tinnitus and still, find it bothersome. So this particular hearing aid that I'm going to talk about today is also a Starkey product. It's the Z series, and it has the capability, to just be a hearing aid on its own, or it has a feature that can be activated that will mask the tinnitus that a person has. And some people kind of, feel a little bit funny about that because it seems counterintuitive. If you've already got a noise in your head and now you're going to put another noise in, how is that going to help? But it really does help a lot of people. And it's nice because I am able to, or the audiologist or dispenser is able to adjust the modulation and the various frequencies or pitches to try to best match what the tinnitus is that the customer is experiencing. But then the customer is also able to fine tune and make adjustments.
At any time?
Well, no, not at any. Like in the office with me, they can make adjustments so that the it's always easier if you can try to match what you're experiencing versus an outsider trying to say, okay, does it sound like this or does it sound like this? So that's a nice capability, and people do like the ability to kind of tweak, what they're hearing.
Yeah, and we all have a certain amount of noise that we hear, because I know years ago when cell phones first came out, I don't know if people know this, they were so quiet that they built in background noise because our ears are just so used to, in a quiet room, actually creating a sound.
Right.
But I guess the tinnitus is, I don't have it, so I don't understand. I know my husband has it, and he complains about it all the time. It's just an extra sound that he can't shut off.
Right.
And I know a lot of times he ironically goes in the shower because he says that helps.
Yeah.
So it was kind of interesting. Now this product isn't just specifically for tinnitus. It can be just used any other way. But can any of the hearing aids help tinnitus, or so you can use the hearing aid for if you don't have tinnitus, but it can be specific to tinnitus, correct?
Not all hearing aids have that capability.
Okay, yeah.
Right. And there are products, but if you happen to have tinnitus but not have a hearing loss, there are products that look like this. They look like hearing aids, and what they do is simply generate a sound to mask the tinnitus. So
and that's
they don't.
Probably what we see on TV.
Yes.
So that's so don't be fooled by that it's going to help your hearing. It's just going to. So that was good. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Now, I know when we were talking, you mentioned that there's a program on the computer that...
Right. So Starkey has an app that you can download for free, and it's called Relax. And so a lot of times I recommend that people who have tinnitus use this once they take their hearing aids off, because the hearing aids help the tinnitus, but as soon as, nothing cures it or nothing eliminates it. So as soon as you take the hearing aids off, it's just the same as it was before you wore the hearing aids.
Yeah.
And what happens is a lot of times people have trouble falling to sleep at night because, you're laying there, it's quiet, your tinnitus is just roaring, and, it starts to create anxiety, and, it just,
you can't sleep.
Yeah, you can't fall asleep. So this app, this Relax app, you can use it to select a variety of different sounds, from soothing guitar to something more like white noise to like a chime. You can change the modulation or how fast the sounds are presented, and you can adjust the loudness, obviously, and then also you can set a timer. So you set it for 10 or 20 minutes, and it just allows you to fall asleep without kind of being anxious and having that tinnitus be distracting for you.
Yeah, I know. I sleep with, that might be great for me. I sleep with a fan because I can't stand the quiet of a room.
Right.
So I have to have noise. So I keep the fan going the entire time. I mean, winter, summer, spring, whatever it is, it's completely going. So I'll have
it's the same principle, really.
Yeah. So we'll have to take a look at that. Well, thank you. I appreciate the information. I did want to just let everyone know that we have been getting a lot of questions. And Dr. Stein and I have been talking about those, so we are going to get to your questions, and we encourage them. And we're going to get to them in future shows so we can really put together good information, because it's not just about the hearing aids, it's about hearing health.
Right.
And one of the most important things that Dr. Stein does do at her practice is she really listens to her patients to see what their needs are, and helps them with the best solution. And that's what I like most, and why we're here working together so we can educate people on hearing loss. So I thank you again. I thank you all, and I look forward to next time. Dawn Bowerman with Blue Chip Marketing, here with Dr. Stein, Sounds for Life. Thank you.